ABC equals 1, 2, 3 equals XYZ equals LMN. Okay, so this is the transitive property. We're going to apply it to American processing, right? Here you got the inanimate, ABC. You're just existing, right? You could be a branch on a tree, and like a anything existing, right? That's your thought process. Boom. And then here you got ABC equals 1, 2, 3. You're awake. You need to eat, keep yourself fed. So you got the payroll employee. You follow a boss. A lot of 18-year-olds, they get sent to maybe war, or they get taken advantage of by people over here, right? When they're 18, before their frontal lobe develops. And, we've all had jobs where we've followed the leader when we were 18, and or even when you're like 24. It's before you really, process everything around you. It's ABC equals 1, 2, 3. You just your own payroll. Now, some adults do this. They just their brain is off, pretty much off. It's boom, payroll. They take instruction and then boom. Now here you got, this is where you start to get performance, right? Whether it's a stand-up comedy, rapper, a hustler, an athlete. This is the high acuity, and this is what gets you laid, right? This is where you get laid at with your acuity, okay? And this is your humanity, and it may be a little selfish, but you have to perform, right? And the bad people that think in this processing area are the type of people that would probably get you for $100, right? As opposed to what we're going to get into next, people that would get you for 100,000. But we'll get into that here in a second. Again, selfish, if it's the difference between a fist fight, or like something like a robbing a liquor store, or, drone striking a school, right? It's it's difference between stealing $100 and 100,000, right? Squatting on land, or some much more elaborate and sadistic processes right here. Again, like if you bomb a hospital, that's different than sucker punching someone that you have a problem with. Again, this is thought processing. You got ABC equals 1, 2, 3 equals XYZ. If your brain can do this really well, you're going to get laid. You're going to probably enjoy a lot of things. Okay, that's a part of human performance. Now, the next part, you would think in a perfect world, LMN would be great to be in. But in reality, most of the people with that can process this many things with their brain, ABC equals 1, 2, 3 equals XYZ equals LMN, are jealous of the people that just have high acuity, right? Now, do these people over here have high aptitude? Yes, of course. They can pass a standardized test. They can get themselves paid through the means of teamwork and systems. And that's where the sadism aspect comes in, right? They'll get you for 100,000. It's beneath them to steal $100. They're going to get you for 100,000. And it happened to pimping, right? My buddy my business partner Super Handles. He got got over on pimping, right? And kind of brings us to our, we talk about get you for 100,000, shit, minimum, right? But again, teamwork. Yeah, operating systems, very sadistic, but again, aptitude breeds this, and it does get you paid, and that's the good part. Now, this is an American diagnostic, and so, we're going to bring, obviously, race is intertwined into almost every facet and process of American daily existence, right? And so again, it is racially outlined, okay? And so, obviously, if you're a brother, you might be here, right? You're higher on acuity, higher on humanity. Again, if you're a drug dealer, this is just a random thing, right? You're going to get laid. You get when you're performance based inside of an occupation that deals with humanity. Girls just like that, right? If you are a pro athlete, right? If you are a professional rapper, or for that matter, even a doctor, A doctor is here because it's humanity and performance. A doctor is here. A lawyer is here because they have to perform with acuity, right? That's gonna be a brother right here, right? More time in general, more times than yeah. So this is, these people operate here, and they have almost zero. They're they're fine to just let these people be their sadistic selves, because this thought process is invisible to these people. Now, these people remain just. I mean, these are your Germanics, right? They do have aptitude, but they can do this, but this part infringes upon this part. It infringes, and that's why people over here struggle to even clap on beat with the song. They struggle to talk to a woman, right? Because they lack the humanity aspect, right? Now, they have the teamwork and the systems, but yeah, that kind of works out on a different level, like getting paid, right? Now, if you on the back end want to use your aptitude to get laid, then yeah, that's how it goes. Now, again, you're talking, the guy right now talking is the American Messiah, who happens to be mixed. And so you say, well, Garrett, you're mixed. What are you? Is that invisible to you? Well, yeah, initially this part is invisible. Okay, because right, process here more so, right? Less than a fully black person, but after it happens, then it's visible, right? So like a mixed person will look back, and we talk about Drake being like overly reflective and sensitive. All he's doing is looking back, right? He's like, oh man, wow, that is what that is, right? A mixed person is like, that's why mixed guys get called overly sensitive or whatever. People make fun of mixed people. That's fine. It's for pretty squirrely things but anyway, people make fun of Drake for being overly sensitive, but all he's doing is reflecting on what happened, whereas like a fully black person would just be on to the next. It would just be on to the next. It's like, fuck it, right? Just on to the next, right? And that's how it goes, right? For a fully black person, it's like, and that's, they're fine with letting white people do their sadism, right? And everyone's allowed to get paid standing on our shoulders, right? And that's the 100,000 right there. I mean, that's an arbitrary number, but it's just to illustrate how much more it is than people that just steal petty theft, right? So yeah, it is 100,000. It's like, and that's, again, it's an arbitrary number, but it's round, and so you will get. Hey, they're gonna get over on you, right? We have to learn the hard way. If you're a brother in the United States, you learn the hard way after the fact. Again, if you do reflect. So, but again, aptitude. That's how they get paid, and that's what they do. And so, let them do that, right? Now we talk about LeBron or Jordan or Elon Musk, these billionaires. It's like, hey, they must have got to here, right? They must have gone ABC equals 1 2 3 equals XYZ equals LMN equals this. They must be there, right? And so now, did they skip? Because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to skip the aptitude part. We're just trying to skip that, right? It's invisible. We can only see it in hindsight, and whereas like all the American white people can see it in foresight. Who cares really? Because they're jealous of us, right? And so but we're trying to skip this aspect, right, and go straight to here, because LeBron, he's in high school, he probably played for free. People made money off of him, right? Now he's a billionaire. Jordan was playing for $3 million while everyone else was a billionaire. In the 90s, not everyone, but a lot of people became billionaires or were making billions because of Jordan, right? And then Elon Musk, who knows? He's just rich. It's like, but they skipped. Did they skip? Or now, is Elon Musk sadistic? Yeah. He's sadistic, so maybe he's still here. He's just a billionaire. But we're trying to skip, right, onto this part, this aspect, right? Hey, that's how it goes, right? Because who wants to? I mean, obviously everyone wants to get paid, but man, if it infringes on clapping on beat, talking to women, your acuity and your humanity, if it infringes, then who cares? ABC equals 1 2 3 equals X. ABC equals 1, 2, 3 equals XYZ equals LMN. Oh,